Hi everybody, this video I'll be sharing with you guys my favorite blushes of 2024. So if you guys are interested, do stick around. Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Christina. I am a beauty and fashion expert that does product reviews mostly on luxury beauty, skincare and makeup. Occasionally might share a luxury accessory review or vlog here and there. So today you guys, I thought I would start rounding up my best of or my favorite in each category. It's that time of the year. I think by this time almost everybody has launched anything that they were gonna launch, so I thought I'd get ahead and actually do it by category instead of doing a whole big thing because that just becomes too long. I thought I'd start with blushes because I think the blush category was the strongest this year, and I think you'd have to agree with me that every brand almost every other week launched a new blush. So here are some of my favorites. These are new formulas, new launches. I believe, yeah, they all are, and my thoughts in it. Some of these I've done a whole video, a dedicated video of, and I will put the links of these down below. Let's begin with, I think, one of the best complexion products that came out this year. It's more than just a blush, it's actually like a blush palette, and I made an exemption for this one because I really think this is one of the best things that launched this year. Unfortunately, this one is limited edition, but I know for a fact you can still get them in certain boutiques. So this is none other than the Healthy Glow Sun-Kissed Powder that Chanel released in its Le Beige Summer Collection. The one that I have is in medium coral, but all of them are absolutely amazing. This is how she looks. So this one, even if it has a blush, a bronzer, and kind of like a highlight, if you mix it all together, it gives the most beautiful sun-kissed glow on the skin. But at the same time, if you just want to use each individually, it does it so well as well. But I think the beautiful part of this is when you swirl this all together. This I've done a video of, but I think in that collection this was a superstar, and I will be remiss if I did not include this in my favorite blushes of 2024. So definitely highly recommend that you try to grab it if you still can. The next two are liquid blushes. Liquid blushes have been my go-to as of late more than powders. The one that I have on now is one of this liquid blushes, and this is a new formula that was launched this year. I didn't expect anything from this, but I think I actually reach more for this now than the Rare Beauty liquid blushes, which is crazy because for the longest time I didn't use liquid blush, and then when Rare Beauty came out, that was my holy grail. But I think this will be such a strong contender, and it's the Huda Beauty. It's the Huda Beauty blush filters. I started with one. This is Strawberry Cream, and I swear it is the best brightening blush. I mean, it became my go-to ever since I picked her up. The formula is so good. I don't think I've done a dedicated video on this, you guys, but basically what I like about this, it's called blush filter, and it really has that filtering effect when you apply it on the skin. It almost blends to a powder, if you can see that, but it also blurs. It looks like you have filter on your skin where you don't actually need to powder it anymore. I don't know if that makes sense. I have one. This is what I have on right now. This is the latest one I've added. This is Black Cherry. Let me show this to you guys as well. I love this kind of rich berry shades right now for the winter, and it just adds such a beautiful flush. It's what I have on right now on its own. I didn't put anything on top. And last but not the least, this is the blush filter in Latte. This is a new launch. I just got this during the Sephora sale, and this is more like a blush bronzer. That's how it looks, but if you blend this is called Latte. It is like a beautiful neutralish blush that you can really skip your bronzer, using your bronzer with. But again, it is the finish of this. It is It's very pigmented, but when you blend it out, your skin looks filtered and it just diffuses onto the skin. I would liken this finish to like a cream version of like the diffused powders of Hourglass. That is it's reminiscent of the finish it gives me, and it is just so beautiful. And I was pleasantly surprised when I came across this, because also the price point, you guys, is very pocket friendly. The next is another liquid blush, and this one I don't think was a new launch this year, but this was new to me this year, so I am including it because it has definitely been something I reach for a lot. And this is the Blush Crush from Tinted. I have two now, but I started with Magnetic, which is like a beautiful mauve, and for the longest time as well, I reached for it on a daily basis. Magnetic is, I was introduced to this when I bought this in California over the summer. Again, you have that, it's very pigmented, but it just leaves such a beautiful natural flush on the skin. This one really, it's not really blurring, but it looks like such a healthy glow. And this one is such a beautiful daily kind of blush for me. The next one, the next color that I got, and this one I got recently as well in the Sephora sale, Emotionally Unavailable, which reminds me as well of like a terracotta kind of blush, I mean bronze blush kind of situation, as you can see here. So this gives you like the blush slash bronzer look, a bit of a terracotta shade. The finish of these is really what I love, because they truly look very, very, very natural on the skin. So these are the two Blush Crush liquid blushes from Tinted. So with regards to liquid blushes, I'm sure you guys are curious, how would I compare them? I mean, these ones, these new ones I've added, how would I compare them to my Rare Beauty liquid ones, which I loved last year? Like, I think they were my Holy Grail blushes last year. I think the Rare Beauty are very pigmented. I think they're very good to have on your kit, especially your professional kit. These ones I really love more for their natural sheen. The blush filter, their filtering effect is unparalleled. And then the tinted one just has a very natural, beautiful flush. So I would use them more for personal use, but in terms of pigmentation and payoff, the Rare Beauty is bang on. I think for professional kits, professional artists should have those. Now for the powder blushes, and I have three notable ones. These are all new formulas launched this year. I'm gonna begin with NARS. They relaunched their blushes, and NARS blushes are iconic. So when I first heard that they relaunched it, I was kind of skeptical and actually scared, because they've had the best blush formulas in so long, and it actually took me a while to realize how nice they were. This one is in Deep Throat. This is one of their classic shades, and I actually did not touch this. I received this because of work, and I did not touch this because I think the first time I tried it, I wasn't so impressed. But the second time, I was like, oh my gosh, if it's actually possible to make it better, I think they just did. So this one is Deep Throat. It is extremely soft, and I think what I noticed the most is the finish is a bit more sophisticated, and I think there's a lot of technology they put into this. It is not straight on just pigment. It actually has a kind of, I think, blurring finish. Let me try to put some over here on the top of my cheeks. I thought I was gonna put the other two, but I cannot not try this one. I'm using it with a Chanel brush. I'm just gonna put it here at the top of my cheeks. Do you see that? So it is still pigmented, but I think it is just a bit more refined in terms of the finish. So now we come to my top two favorite blushes of the year. These are both two new formulas from two luxury brands that I truly love. I'm gonna begin with the second runner-up. This is from Guerlian. They launched their blushes for the first time. This is their first powder blush products, and it's a Terracotta blush. And I have two shades with me. I have Coral, and I have, so this is number 5 Coral, and this is number 1 Rose Claire. Rose Claire is the most beautiful neutral blush. I know it looks like a bright pink, but on the skin, I made a video of this, you guys, so I will put it in the link down below. They do have a fragrance. I just smell the terracotta. On the skin, on my skin, this looks like the beautiful neutral blush, like with any lip color or eye color. So this one is Terracotta blush in Coral. Beautiful payoff for something that is like a luxury brand. Look at this payoff. Again, it has just that very natural flush look. And then this one, Rose Claire number 1, is my holy grail. I used to, there's an Hourglass, I think, Mood Exposure, which was like my neutral go-to blush. This has quickly replaced that, and let me show you guys why. It looks like a bright pink, but this is it. When I put it on my skin, do you see that? It just looks like a bright but yet neutral, brightening kind of flush of color. I don't know if I should put it here because I already have very bright cheeks, but let me see if I can put some over here. I love applying the Guerlain Terracotta blush with the Chanel blush brush. It's a bit wider, but literally like stamping it on your skin, and this doesn't have powder kickoff. Do you see how refined that looks? Do you see how much better it makes my cheeks look? Do you see? It's just a beautiful formula overall, and I am so surprised at how pigmented they are, and the color payoff is amazing. I'm gonna neutralize my cheeks again. Blush formula for the year. I'm gonna apply both colors that I have with you on camera. I'm gonna begin with, which one is this? No, I wanna begin with this one. I'm gonna begin with Rose Radiant. I did a full video on this, you guys, but I just wanna do it. I'll put the link down below. I wanna show you guys how this looks. That is Rose Radiant. And on this cheek, I'm gonna use Rose Ardent. I'm using the powder brush with Rose Ardent from Chanel on this side. So my number 1 favorite blush of 2024, launch and formula wise, are the Chanel cream to powder blushes called Juice Contraste Intense. The Chanel Juice Contraste, or the original powder blushes, are definitely my favorite finishes in the world, but this Intense, because of the formula, the cream to powder, I love it because it just is just that. It's more intense. This is Rose Ardent, and this one is Rose Radiant. I will put my full video down below. This is Rose Radiant. It's the intense version of the powder blush. I think they are absolutely gorgeous. I think the finish is very beautiful on the skin, and they're a more pigmented version of their beautiful powder blush finishes. So that is it for our video today, you guys. I hope you found it interesting and informative. These blushes I definitely recommend. try it out or grab it for yourself. The product links will be down below if you guys are interested. And if you want to see more of this kind of video or a series of my best of 2024 in the different categories, let me know. Press the like button or leave me a comment. If you have any questions, you can also leave me in the comments down below. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you guys have a great day or a great evening.